Hello, this is Mrs. Workman. Temperature. In Cleveland, Ohio, the high temperature on one day was 43 degrees Fahrenheit, and on the next day it was 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Find the percent of change. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. State whether the percent of change is an increase or decrease. Okay, we're asked to find the percent of change. In order to find the percent of change, we need to write a comparison in the form of a ratio. The numerator is the amount of change, and the denominator is the original amount. So the first thing we need to do in order to set up this ratio is to find the amount of change. And so we're going to subtract 71 degrees and 43 degrees. 71 degrees minus 43 degrees is equal to 28 degrees. So the amount of change is 28 degrees. The original temperature is 43 degrees. So the percent of change in this case is equal to this ratio. Now if we do the division, this is a fraction, so we're going to change it to a percent by first rewriting this as a decimal. So we'll divide 28 by 43, and that is about 0.65116. Then we're going to change that to a decimal. And we remember that when we go from a decimal to a percent, we're going to change this decimal to a percent, we move this decimal point 2 places to the right. So that would be 65.116%. Okay, let's see how I'm doing here. I found the percent of change. Now I'm asked to round to the nearest tenth if necessary. This 1 is in the tenth place. It's followed by a 1. So according to my rounding off rules, this 1 remains the same. So this becomes 65.1%. So in this case, the percent of change is about equal to 65.1%. And because the temperature went from 43 degrees to 71 degrees, it increased. This is a increase. Percent of change is an increase.